started that project in 59.
50 something. The pictures of it where you can see off into the, like towards WPC, always fascinate me because there's like nothing, one house. Well, from that angle, there's one. There we go. It's like it's 7 o'clock. We'll call to order the Seymour Common Council meeting for Monday, July the 14th. Welcome, everybody. If everyone would please rise, we'll have the invocation by Chris Broughton.
So I want to just remind everybody that we are at the city gates. Proverbs 30:31 tells us that that's a place of honor, and that's a place of where men come to be honored, the elders come to gather, and that it's a place of pride. So Father God, we ask you to enter into this place right now and to bring the honor that you would put, the authority that you have given these men and women. Father, we thank you for that authority to be the elders over our land. And Lord God, we ask that we would be diligent in our duties that we're doing, that as we come together and make wise decisions for our city. Lord Jesus, bless each and every one of these that are here and fill them up full of your Holy Spirit. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Chris. Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Roll call, please, Mr. Bowes.
Mrs. Long.
Here.
Mr. Terrell.
Here.
Mr. Hackney. Here. Mr. Hubbard.
Here.
Mr. Davidson.
Yep.
Mr. Lucas.
Here.
Mr. Fry.
Here.
Everyone is present and accounted for.
Thank you, sir. If everybody's had a chance to review the minutes of the previous meeting, I'll entertain any motions related to.
I'd make a motion with one addition. My name wasn't mentioned as being present. I was definitely here.
Oh, okay.
With that, I'll make a motion to accept with that addition.
Second.
Motion and a second with addition. All those in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Reports from committees, boards, and commissions. Mr. Bowes?
Reports, Mrs. Long.
None.
Mr. Terrell.
No.
Mr. Hackney.
No.
Mr. Hubbard.
No.
Mr. Davidson.
No.
Mr. Lucas.
None.
Mr. Fry.
None.
No public hearings tonight. We'll go straight to old business. Mr. Bowes?
Old business, Mrs. Long.
None.
Mr. Terrell.
I'd like to make a motion for the second reading of ordinance 14, Council Bill number 32 by title only.
Second.
For this.
Second.
Mrs. Long.
Okay.
Mr. Terrell.
Yes.
Mr. Hackney.
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yep.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Second reading of ordinance number 14, Council Bill number 32 for 2025. An ordinance to rezone property located at the 1800 block of Tipton Street, Seymour, Indiana 47274. Planning and zoning, Mr. Terrell.
Yeah, I wasn't here for the first reading, but this was passed through Plan Commission. They want to go from R1 to C3 for future development, and it came with a 11-0 recommendation from the Plan Commission. So, is there anybody here to speak on behalf of it? Is there anybody to speak against? Council have any questions? Okay, now I'd like to make a motion that we vote to approve on the second reading of the ordinance.
Second.
Mrs. Long.
Yes.
Mr. Terrell.
Yes.
Mr. Hackney.
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yep.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 14, Council Bill 32 for 2025 has passed second reading 7-0. Additional old business, Mr. Terrell.
No, I don't.
Old business, Mr. Hackney.
Yes, sir. I'll make a motion to read ordinance number 13, Council Bill number 31 by title only.
Second.
Mrs. Long.
Yes.
Mr. Terrell.
Yes.
Mr. Hackney.
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard.
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yep.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Second reading of ordinance number 13, Council Bill number 31 for 2025, an ordinance amending the 2025 salary of city employees, amending the 2024 ordinance number 32, Council Bill number 60. Finance Committee, Mr. Hackney.
Yes, I do have a question before I ask for comments. Have we filled both of these positions?
Both of them are tentatively filled, yes.
Okay, how did we do that when they're not in the salary ordinance? They're not in the salary ordinance until.
That would
this
be a
ordinance
question for
goes
Mr.
to the
Bose.
Second reading.
That would be a question
Well,
for Mr. Bose.
We hold payback a couple weeks,
Okay,
so that's, and with the projects we've got going on, we felt there was a sense of urgency to move forward with it.
okay. Well, normally a sense of urgency means that I didn't start soon enough, so,
No, I understand.
okay.
And, I mean, you were gonna make a motion at the last meeting to go ahead and do the second reading,
I was.
but we had an absence, so we couldn't do that.
Okay, that's the only question I have, so, questions from council? No. Questions from the audience? Hearing none, I will make a motion to pass ordinance number 13, Council Bill number 31 on second and final reading.
Second.
Mrs. Long,
Yes.
Mr. Terrell,
Yes.
Mr. Hackney,
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard,
Yes.
Mr. Davidson.
Yep.
Mr. Lucas.
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 13, Council Bill number 31 for 2025 is passed second reading, 7-0.
That's all I have, sir.
Additional old business, any old business, Mr. Hubbard?
No, sir.
Mr. Davidson?
No.
Mr. Lucas?
None.
Mr. Fry.
Okay, go to new business, Mr. Bose.
New business, Mrs. Long?
No.
Mr. Terrell?
No.
Mr. Hackney?
No, sir.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes, sir. I'd like to introduce ordinance number 15, Council Bill number 33 by title only.
Second.
Mrs. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Hackney?
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson? Yep. Mr. Lucas? Yes. Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Introduction of ordinance number 15, Council Bill 33 for 2025, an ordinance amending Chapter 111 of the Seymour City Code to update mobile food vehicle registrations. Retail Development Committee, Mr. Hubbard.
Retail Development, Mr. Terrell, Mr. Fry, and myself met a few weeks back in reference to this, to change a few things. Fire Department was here, Health Department, a few other food vendors. We decided to take 50 foot was not far enough, so we decided to make that back to 100. Fire inspection must be done by the fire department every year. If a food vendor operates without that, it will be a $250 fine. Food truck can't operate on a street unless street closure and 14 days consecutive in one spot. Then you must leave for 7. Waste management, correct me, Chris, if I'm wrong, they wanted a line added to the application where the commissary kitchen was.
Yeah, that was the request, and the application amendment won't require an ordinance amendment.
Thank
So
you.
that provision was not included in this ordinance.
Thank you. So those were the recommendations that everybody had, so we put those together in reference to this ordinance. Is there any questions from council?
I appreciate your work on it. It needed updated. I like it. I like the way it is.
Any questions from the audience? With hearing none, I would ask for motion to pass ordinance number 15, Council Bill number 32 on first reading.
Second.
Mrs. Long?
Yes.
Mr. Terrell?
Yes.
Mr. Hackney?
Yes.
Mr. Hubbard?
Yes.
Mr. Davidson?
Yep.
Mr. Lucas?
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Ordinance number 15, Council Bill number 33 for 2025 is passed first reading, 7-0.
One question on that. Since the fire department's now adding a fee, do we not have an ordinance of fee schedules too?
Yeah, now
Does
that
need to be added to that?
it would need to be added to the fee schedule,
This
yes.
is code, yeah.
I have one other question, Mr. Bose, if you don't mind. Does the Board of Public Works have anything pressing that we would need to pass this that you know of?
Not that I can think of. We've just been using the old system for current request. And yeah, I mean, if you pass it now, you're gonna still have to come back and do the fee schedule at the next meeting.
Gotcha.
But with your first passing, then Chris will draft the fee schedule update, and you'll do all that at the next one.
I have nothing further, Mr. Bose.
Any additional new business? Mr. Davidson?
Nope.
Mr. Lucas? No. Mr. Fry?
No.
Okay, new business is done. Miscellaneous business. If you guys remember, about 6 weeks ago, I mentioned to you that Virgin Held had approached us about an apartment complex. Cole Caress with Virgin Held is here tonight to tell you about that, show you his presentation, and go from there.
Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Good evening. Like Mayor said, I'm Cole Caress. I'm with a company, Virgin Held, out of Indianapolis. And we specialize in workforce housing across the country. Awesome. Thank you. We have roughly 25,000 apartments currently under management, and each project that we've developed, we also manage. This particular project is on Burkhart Boulevard and would feature 144 new construction units geared towards families making $37,000 to roughly $57,000, which is that 60% average median income. In terms of financing, it would go through the IHCDA financing tax credit program with applications due here July 28th. How they do these bigger 4% deals is they break up the state into 5 different regions, with each region getting an award. This deal falls within the Southeast region, and I have notified the state of a application coming here at July 28th, and there's one other project currently in the Southeast region that we'd compete against on a competitive scoring rubric. As a company, we feel very confident in our project and the scoring that we'd be put up with, meaning that come November, we believe we'd be having a good chance of getting a tax credit allocation, again, through the IHCDA. Currently, this project is looking at a $42 million total development cost, and this includes a solar installation that would be on site and would power all electrical uses, so tenants would not have to pay a utility bill. We have found that this has been great for our tenants now because they don't have to worry about seasonal influxes on utility basis, and it brings in solar, allowing for all appliances to be electric. Here's our current site plan that we are looking at. This property is just south of the Walmart there on the west side of Burkhart. It'd be 4 different residential buildings with a detached clubhouse, kind of your traditional 3-story walk-up. I have some photos here at the end of our interiors, but it would have a pool, it would have a gym, it would have a community center, on-site property management. It had security at all entry points with key fob entrances. And then here's kind of the timeline that we're looking at. So, like I said, this application will go in on July 28th. We're going to sit for a rezone here in the middle of September, and then we're expecting to get the award in November with a 6-month close and a roughly 16-month construction timeline. Puts us about Q3 of 2027 with residents moving in. With that being said, I'm here today to ask, alongside the mayor, for permission for a letter of city support. And as this goes, to make these deals competitive and both financially feasible, we look for 10% of the total development cost to come from a city contribution. So look at 4.2 million roughly from the city, and oftentimes we see this come through as a tax abatement. And it can be structured as a pilot, a tax payment, TIF money, just any way to get to that 4.2 million. The IHCDA will accept, and not only does that make it a competitive application for getting the funding, but it also helps fill the gap that may exist. And so we believe that 4.2 would be the only soft fund roughly ask from the city of Seymour. And then here's kind of photos of a building we just opened up in Georgia. So similar, I mean, I always, like, you can't tell the difference when you're in these units of market rate, and LIHTC, especially the product that we're delivering. And yeah, so I'm open for questions. I'm not sure if the mayor has anything he would like to add.
The only thing I would add is this, the abatement structure on this is also, let me rephrase that, the tax credit version along with the abatement piece is similar to Seymour Lofts and Crossroads Village. So those two projects were the same concept as what he's asking for. I bring it to you guys to say whether or not you've got an interest down the road, whether it's November or 2 years from now, because I know back then the cycles were very competitive, or the applications were very competitive. And with Crossroads Village, they told us it'd probably be 3 years, and it took 2 to get the approval. And with Seymour Lofts, they also said 3 years, but they did actually get it on the first year as well.
Yeah.
So
To that point too, Mayor, real quick, today I'm just looking for a commitment letter, and if an award were to happen in November, I'd come back to present again, kind of where we stand in terms of the tax abatement structure.
So you're just looking for tax abatements, you're not looking for money from the city,
Correct.
okay?
Correct. Yeah, so it would be no real dollar amount out of the city's pocket. It would just be in the form of a tax abatement. The way we've seen these structured is we would take the assessed value, the normal tax rate, and deduct it off, and that savings is what's considered the contribution from the city.
Is there a way to calculate what the impact would be on the city each year during that?
if you run it through the Hoosier Energy piece, their website, that you can kind of see what it does year after year.
Does anybody know what our, how many vacancies we have in the new apartment buildings that we put up in the last few years?
I think there's a,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
Mr. Mayor, this is my line of work here. So, this is a tax credit property, correct?
Correct.
Tax credit right now, we've only got 2, technically 3 tax credit properties in Seymour. 2 of those are 100%, one of them is at 97, so
You mean Phil?
yes.
Okay.
Technically, there isn't any tax credit for low income right now, they're all filled, so. If that answers your question. Now, market rate, I can't answer that.
Yeah.
So there's a cap on the income of who could
Yes,
live in the
you have
facility?
to
Yeah.
meet a certain qualification, sorry.
And and they do it by bedroom. So for a 1 bed, I think it was roughly $37,000 as a cap on your annual, and you have to fall into compliance every year. So you almost reapply. You don't lose your spot, but you go back through that process to make sure you're still in the AMI limits. And then for a 3 bed, I think it's almost 56,000 capped. So pretty big range. You know, you're going after your nurses, your teachers, your firefighters, your service workers, your restaurant employees.
Does that cap move annually, like the inflation rate or anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So year after year, HUD puts out new rates.
Okay.
Indianapolis this past year saw a 7% increase, but some saw maybe only 2%. So it's all by county, how they do it, and it's updated every year in May.
And your rent fluctuates with that with your recertification. Me personally, I don't have a problem with the project. Mine is just a couple details with the layout, but that's nothing that needs to be discussed here with you today. I'll make a motion that we write a letter of recommendation. Oh, sorry.
We have to ask questions, I don't know. I was just I may be asking this out of ignorance, but, the city's gonna invest, we say it's tax credit, but it's still an investment of $4.3 million. I'd like to know what the return is on that. How do we get a return from that? If I'm gonna make an investment like that, somebody's making money, right? But if I'm gonna invest in a real estate property, I'm gonna get a return on that investment. And I'd like to understand, at least at a very high level, how the city benefits from that. Where's the return?
Sure. So how these projects are all structured is your tax credits they're a 15-year buy-in on our behalf. We have to own it, manage it, for minimum of 15 years. And after that, then usually the lure on the land is 40 years of affordability. So as a city, you guys are getting 40 years of affordable new construction apartments that the city hasn't seen in multiple years since Seymour Lofts. And there's a dire need in this community for hitting these AMIs. And we're also making that investment as well. So I think pairing up with this, like on your behalf, like with the city and the current residents, it's that 15-year commitment of, hey, we're not just going to build this and crash out and flip it to someone who doesn't, is there to make money. We're actually tied to it and going to manage it for 15 years.
So we're hiring you for $4.3 million to run a housing complex. That's what you just said.
The other thing to consider, Chris, is so right now it is farmland, vacant ground.
I understand.
So you do a $42 million investment on it over that 40-year lifespan or more. That tax increase, plus it's a 3% property instead of a 1 or 2% property.
Right.
So that's where you see the return as a community member is once that number starts going up in a few years. Typical tax abatement is 100% first year, works its way down.
Yeah.
So, but once that number increases with the $42 million, that's where you start to see the return is over time.
So over time, what's the time?
As long as that property lasts.
Well, everything has a, like if you buy a CD, it lasts X number of months and then you get a certain return.
It'd be a 10-year
Bonds
tax
are the
abatement.
same way.
Yeah, the tax abatement could be a 6-year or 10-year, it depends on how it's structured. My building was built in 1876.
Yeah, I'm with you, I got you.
So,
I live on your street.
yeah. So that's, so it depends on how long the buildings are there.
Yeah.
As to how long that secondary part of that return comes in.
Right.
So,
I guess I would like to hear in presentations like this, I would like to hear that, right? A 6-year abatement costs this, a 10-year, 12-year, 15-year, whatever that is, and therefore your return on your investment is in 20 years, 18 years, 26 years. I don't care what it is. Just like to know what it is.
By year 3, we will be generating more in tax revenue off that piece of property than we were if it stayed farm ground.
And there you go.
And then it will exponentially grow year after year after year,
Yeah.
up to the 10-year mark from there.
Right. And hear me, I'm not against housing.
Mhm.
I know we got an urgent need. I just want to make sure that I'm not funding it. I don't want to fund it personally, unless of course you want to put it in my retirement portfolio. You know what I'm saying?
John?
Yeah, I've got a couple questions. One is, I couldn't hear very well. I guess the mics must not be on or something because I couldn't hear exactly what you were even saying. But I heard something about caps on income. So are any of these apartments going to be subsidized, the rent subsidized by federal or state money?
No, it would not. It would not be. There wouldn't be vouchers on them or anything.
None at all?
We would accept someone with a voucher, but the property doesn't actively have that. So if someone came to us with a voucher, they could 100% live there.
It is open to that?
For sure.
Okay. That's one concern. The other concern is, you can talk about tax abatements and so forth that's supposed to help the community out. Well, that should help out property taxes, but they're sure not going down any. That's a big concern of mine.
Any other questions?
I have one. I'm still not clear on where that's going on Burkhardt. Is it past, is it on the new part?
It is the end of your road roughly, Jerry.
Yeah.
That
It's what?
the next field after your road.
Okay.
It's on the west side of Burkhardt.
Okay, so
West
it's on the other
side,
of
That new
Burkhardt.
project on Miller Lane is one property off of it, on the backside.
Yeah, right there.
Okay.
I'm right at the end of it.
And that would require rezoning?
Mhm.
Okay.
Up to Cardinal.
None of that process has even started.
Right.
Well, they've got their
We went through
paperwork, but
water.
it's not been through the hearings yet.
Yeah, our rezone map just went in. We're expecting to sit here next month, for the first meeting.
In the August meeting? The August Plan Commission?
Yes,
Okay.
I wanna check out what they're looking at.
Yeah, it'd have to go right up next to the houses.
I apologize if I missed it, but a little history on Belge and Hell, you're out of where?
Yeah, sorry. So we're out of Indianapolis. We're in, I want to say 14 states. Traditionally private equity company, meaning we're buying existing affordable, and holding it. About 8 or 10 years ago, we started a development company and really specialized in this exact kind of development. This workforce housing, kind of middle ground, at 60% MIs.
Established,
Exactly what you're talking about.
company was established when?
That's what they were
Oh,
pointing
yes,
at.
yes,
Yeah, you
yes,
did, okay.
yes.
Back up right to the house.
Right there, they're gonna get.
Any other questions?
So your cap, you're saying is 56,370, right?
Yeah, for a 3-bedroom, so it'd be 4.5 people. A household of 4.5 people would get capped at that number.
So your 1-bedroom, 1-bath is bigger than my first house. Any other questions? If not, I think, Mr. Hubbard, if your motion still stands, you've got it.
I'll make a motion of letter of intent to support the project as of right now.
I'll second the motion.
Darren, you want to do a roll call on that?
Yep.
Thank you.
Question,
Yes.
what does that mean? I mean, what are we voting on to support, just to get the project rolling, or?
Letter of rec-
So Coles Company has to submit their application for tax credit.
Okay,
You're voting to allow Jane and I to draft the letter of commitment that we are in support of helping them get their 4.2 million through the abatement process is how we would word
where
it.
we're not
You're not voting yes to an abatement tonight,
Right,
but you're voting yes that it's favorable.
support the project at this point. to
Yep.
Move forward with it.
And then if they're awarded, then they'll bring back the abatement question, which they'll be back with the rezone for you guys in late August or early September, if it goes through Plan Commission in August.
Good, yep, understand.
So Mr. Hubbard made a motion in support, Mr. Fry seconded, doing roll call vote. Mrs. Long,
I'm hesitant at the location, so I'm gonna say no.
Mr. Terrell,
Yes.
Mr. Hackney,
No.
Mr. Hubbard,
Yes.
Mr. Davidson,
No.
Mr. Lucas,
Yes.
Mr. Fry.
Yes.
Motion passes 4-3.
Okay. Sorry, trying to get it on my notes. Thanks, Cole. We'll get that to you tomorrow. Okay. Other randomized items, from me miscellaneous tonight anyway. Jerry, you alluded to it earlier. Mr. Chad Dixon is the new ERC.
Yeah, I saw that on the Board of Works minutes.
Yeah, and that is.
And I probably jumped the gun on that, that's on me.
But I can tell you in the last week, he has probably saved us several $1000s in legal fees.
I don't have a problem with the people in those positions, I just have a problem with, they went into those positions before they ran the salary ordinance. So actually, that position did not exist until then, until.
That's why my phrase a minute ago was tentatively, here's your two guys. Now it's official.
Have what?
Tentatively was what I told you earlier when you asked the question. That they knew that if you all voted no, that they would not be going that direction. So,
I knew that.
yeah, so, but, I mean, Darren was the one that worked through that side of it, so.
And as I said, I don't have a problem with either one of them. I don't have a problem with those positions other than.
Okay. New DPW director is Mr. Alan Axum. Alan, stand up so everybody can see your face.
Everybody?
Alan has already done a couple weekly updates that every department head sends me, and they've turned out well. So both of you, congratulations on your new positions. Next up, you've got your second quarter report from 2025.
Ask Chad Dixon a question.
Sure, fire away.
Chad, on Jackson Park Drive.
Yes, sir.
There's some holes in there that they keep filling up, and I noticed that's on the CCMG to resurface that.
Yes, sir.
Will they dig down and find out why that's?
So, we've got so much, we've got money appropriated for, so the deep issues that are there. We're also replacing some storm drainage.
Okay.
So we'll be base level, especially in those bad places.
Yeah, I just didn't want to be in a situation where we have to dig that street up.
Right? Tell me about it, right?
So, okay.
Thanks for looking out for that, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
What's his new job entail versus what? I'm sorry.
His new job entails him dealing, focusing on the project side versus focusing on trash, mechanics, all the other three legs of the four-legged animal that he used to be over.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Again, second quarter reports are there for you guys. Those will be put out. We'll have a copy up front as well. If you remember from first quarter this year, tried to give you a recap of what the quarter looked like department to department. Third quarter, you will see ERC added. And then also from a meeting that I had the other day, you've got a bonus in there related to a local nonprofit. So those are there for your review at your leisure. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a shout. Next up, though, I've got a downtown review board seat. Brian, I know you're going to take one of the two, is what I'd heard, from Main Street at least, so hopefully you're in agreement with that.
Just to know where we're going.
And then secondary, we need another council member to serve on that downtown review board. I can tell you the pay is spectacular. You will make no extra money, but you'll gain a new meeting in the process. So if anybody would like to be involved in downtown stuff and reviewing random items, feel free to volunteer. We'll get your paperwork filled out.
I'll take it with being retail development.
Thank you, Mr. Hubbard. Okay, we'll get the papers and get your autograph on them, Chad. Thank you. Okay, miscellaneous from council.
Chief O'Brien, where are we at with those scanners? You said July 1? We have them. Are the officers trained on them? Are we using them?
Not yet.
How long is that gonna be? Is this gonna be months out or?
No, our IT department has been, we're gonna have to buy iPads.
We didn't know this before.
Well, we thought they would work on the laptops, so we gotta buy 2 tablets to go with them.
And how long is that gonna be?
I've been working with my IT guy, hopefully by the end of this week is my guess. The training is an online class that the guys have to take,
Okay.
so
So what are we looking at?
I'm hoping by next week or
By
so.
next week?
That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Ms. Long, are you done?
I am done, yes, thank you.
Congratulations to you two gentlemen on your promotions. Thank you, Mayor, for the quarterly updates. I greatly appreciate those. Those do go a long way. Keeps us up to date with the department heads and if we got any questions for them. I think that's all I had.
I got one thing. Mayor, I know I talked to you about this is many years ago, but kind of some traffic calming along Lasher and Stadium, narrowing lanes, putting a painted walkway along the east side of Lasher, south side of Stadium. Is that something we could send to a committee to kind of look at? Feasibility of maybe making that happen?
Definitely, I'm just trying to think of who you send that one to. Thoroughfare maybe would be your only answer, because.
Right, it's pretty simple. I mean, there isn't much to it other than painting. Really.
I noticed that last week with the additional traffic and people walking at night.
Mm-hmm.
Families will still walk in, on both sides, and they won't go single file, they'll go 3 and 4 wide. And, one side's designed for that, one side's not, but they still use both sides.
Yeah.
So it's.
Yeah, I mean, we can send it to Thoroughfare and Drainage. Before that, I can also have Bernie get some measurements and give a recommendation for when they do meet.
Okay.
So Danielle, that's your committee, so give us a week or so.
Okay.
Bernie, give us 2 weeks. Bernie's on vacation this
Okay.
week, so we'll get you the information once he gets it. And
Wonderful.
you'll need to set up a meeting.
I'll shoot you an email with some.
Sounds good.
Reminder, Brad and Jerry, you're the other 2 on that committee.
Mayor, I received an email just recently in regards to an alley by Don's Dugout.
Mhm.
You're familiar with that.
Oh, boy, are we ever.
Yeah.
Welcome to the conversation, Denny.
Okay. Well, I got parts of the conversation here in this text that I got, so I was just wanting to ask to learn more about it. What I understand, there's wiring hanging down that makes it some impassable for some vehicles, is that?
So those would be telecommunications wires.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a story from a while back when I threatened Frontier to cut their light pole down if they didn't take care of the problem. And they solved that problem in 72 hours.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, there's none hanging low enough right now to cause that, but we can send somebody down there with a measuring stick and see.
Could you please?
Mhm.
Was it 12.6? Is that the regulation?
I can't tell you off the top of my head.
And as I understand, I haven't had time to check this out, there's residences on that alley also, is that correct?
There's at least 2 that I can think of that exit that direction, maybe 3 off the top of my head.
Okay. Security wise, I was asked if there was a possibility of lighting to go in there.
Any building owner is welcome to install a light on their building. For us to do it, we would have to contact Duke, see what poles they have back there, and add the process, which means we're paying, what are we up to now on lights, Darren?
What was it, like 17? I'm thinking 17,000 a month.
So we'd have to add another light to the mix if there's a pole available by Duke back there.
What does 1 unit light run a month virtually? 35 or so?
A while back, it was about between $7 and $8 per light per month.
Oh, okay, less than I thought.
And it's went up, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it is now.
Well, I'm gonna try to learn more about it and see if I feel there's any concern that we should have.
Sure. Anything else? Anything from the audience?
So Danielle asked one question that I was gonna ask. With the fingerprint scanner policy, it looks like that there's something mentioned about consent, and if consent is not given, that the fingerprint scanners can't be used. And then also, since we've got the opinion from Rokita, looks like SPD is now starting to book a little bit more, like they should be. But there are some examples where they would not book for driving without having a license. So I guess my question is, would the scanner be used with or without consent if you're not gonna take them to the jail. So in other words, you see what I'm saying?
No.
So Officer Watson said one example would be if you pull somebody over, they're driving while never having a license. It's a young mother, got a kid in the car seat. They're not necessarily gonna call DCS and take them to the jail, which I get. So if that happens, is consent still needed to use the fingerprint scanner once you've completed your training of your officers?
Yes.
Why?
Because the Supreme Court ruled that way.
Okay, but
I can't violate the Constitution of the United States.
I understand that, but you could take them to jail and book them. You're electing not to do that. So what are you gonna do to get positive ID if you don't take them to jail and you don't fingerprint them?
Okay, you keep it, I'll answer.
That's essentially it, my question. That's what I'm trying to understand.
I'll answer when you're done.
That's essentially it.
So, as you know, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that you have your right to search and seizure. If I grab your hand to fingerprint, I have seized you, and now I am searching your fingerprint. So if you don't give consent, and I do not have a reason to arrest you, that is against the law. So they have to ask consent. Just like if I ask you, can I search your car? You can give consent.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
But doesn't sorry, go ahead.
So what Watson's telling you is there are times that people don't go to jail.
Okay.
The reason is they may be at Schneck Medical Center.
Sure.
Or they may be airlifted to Indianapolis.
Okay.
We are going to file charges on that person through the courts.
Okay.
The law doesn't say you have to be arrested. You can be filed on through the courts. It's called long form.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? He gave you an example of a lady who's got 4 kids in the car. The officers are going to pull those kids out. They are going to have to hold those kids until DCS gets there which could take hours.
Okay.
To get foster parents.
Sure.
So that may be a case where you go long form instead of going through that whole thing with the kids. That's what he was trying to explain to you.
And I accept that.
So, I mean, I don't know what else you want from us.
Positive ID gained.
And I would love to do that. And I can tell you these fingerprint scanners that we have are only going to run people through Spillman. That's it. I don't have access to run them through the FBI unless the council wants to approve software.
How much is the software?
$1.2 million.
That's a drop in the bucket.
I understand what you're saying. We got an opinion that said they can be booked. Even though for a year in this very room, I've been told multiple times by our city attorney, who was wrong, that they couldn't be booked.
So Kevin, I will tell you this. I had a case that was overruled by a judge. The appeals court ruled in my favor. So we've got one judge, now we got 5 judges, and then we went to the Supreme Court of Indiana. They said a different way. So you got all these different judges that have different opinions of what that says.
Mm-hmm.
So you have one opinion from the Attorney General that was Jeff Chaffant, the prosecutor, told us this is how it's written. He asked for that opinion from the Attorney General in November.
I'm aware.
And they came back and they said, we believe, they didn't talk about the civil liability. They talked about, well, we think you can take them to jail.
Mm-hmm.
There's still some questions about civil liability on the city's part on that whole thing.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm looking out for the city and I'm looking out for, the citizens, and there's a fine line there.
I know that we've had 65% of the total arrested in Jackson County for driving while never having a license has been, or cited or whatever, has been SPD. The majority of those were not booked and not fingerprinted at the time. We've been going in circles about this for a year. We got, I think, in my opinion, bad advice, misguided advice.
Kevin, what was that number? Sorry, I mean to interrupt.
Which number? Which number? 65% of those prosecuted for driving while not having a license was in Seymour. The rest were in different areas in the county. So unfortunately for you, the core of the problem is here, and it's what we've been talking about for a year. And I'm not suggesting that you throw people in cages. I'm just saying we need to have positive ID. And I don't understand for the life of me why we're still debating that.
Don't have a law degree, Kevin. Sorry, I can't help you much on that because I didn't go to law school. So I have to trust the folks around me, like the chief of police that's been at it 25 years. So anyway, anybody else? Please state your name, sir, and your address. And just your name.
John Stahl, Seymour, Indiana. And I've been to every council meeting for about 16 months. Not too many months ago, Rose Acres was in here talking about getting a permit to build a building out on the east side of town, out by the interstate, for a garage. Now they're come back to the Plan Commission and want to change all that. They're changing it to the point where it's going to be involved with more traffic, more trucks in and out every day. The people that lived out in that area were given notice, and many of them showed up here that night to talk about this issue. They're now being ignored because Rose Acres conveniently changed their mind a couple months after they got a permit to build the building. And
they've
now
not received any permits yet, John.
I understand that.
They've got approvals. They have not received a single permit.
They got approval from the plan.
They got their rezone.
That's correct. So my concern is, Rose Acres doesn't have the best reputation with the IDEM. I mean, if you go back and you research this back for years and years, violations of environmental aspects. There was a video on Facebook last week showing piles of open air chicken manure. You can walk out of Ace Hardware up here and it hits you in the face. I don't know what they promised when that facility was allowed to happen, but part of the problem that went on years ago out in the Cortland area, was the fact of smell and flies and insects. And now we've brought it to Seymour. Now they're wanting to do something else, change things, circumvent the people that live out there around that area for traffic and environmental aspects. And, you know, Rose Acres was recently, fined $75,000, which was a slap on the hand compared to the amount of money they made for price fixing. They've not been the best citizen in our county. And for us older folks, it still sticks in our minds. Our memory is of unsolved murders and intimidation that went on for years and years with Rose Acres. I'm just saying to the council, maybe you should start thinking about asking more questions and getting things more nailed down instead of circumventing.
Thanks, John.
The issue.
Appreciate your time. Brian, did you want to comment on any of that since you are on Plan Commission and attended the meeting where they asked for a variance?
Yeah, so what they asked for was, they wanted a food processing center, like it was gonna be no live animals. We asked that there would be no storage of manure, nothing that would be coming through that facility. It was gonna be liquid egg, but they wanted it for, but we put some extra things on top of it. There's a couple different ways they could have rezoned, and they went a way that kept, like, it was a better rezone than what it could have potentially been if they went.
It was more restrictive.
It's more restrictive,
Yeah.
yeah. So they understood that, and that's kind of what we proposed, and but we put a couple extra things on top of that, John, to keep that from happening, like where there would be manure.
Did you ask them about the water that they're going to be getting rid of and what's going to be in the water?
Yeah, that was discussed, or I don't know exactly, because they have a treatment.
Parts per million?
Yeah, they
They
talked,
talked about that, yeah.
yeah, we talked about it. Like I said, I don't want to answer wrong on that, but that was discussed.
Now, this was originally zoned to be a truck washing plant, correct?
No, this was a maintenance facility.
Man, that's what I meant.
Truck washing's on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's a research and development center with,
Yeah.
what did it say, 15 to 30 employees, and then they're doing something with their liquid egg.
Liquid egg, yeah, I think, yeah, 16, I think somewhere 16 to 30 employees that they were hoping to bring in.
Anyone else? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Meeting adjourned. Enjoy your night, everybody.